So hello everybody. Quiet please. So today, as last week we had an exceptional occasion to meet someone from Brazil, specialist, Dr. Sidney Soares, specialist on intellectual property. So enjoy the lecture. Please, Sidney.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone. Good morning. How are you today? Fine, right? Nice. Thank you for having me. It's a really pleasure to be here. We're going to discuss today about the most important subject in the month. Actually, most important subject in this semester. Oh, who knows most important subject in the world? We're going to discuss about intellectual property. For sure, thank you for the opportunity. It's really nice, and I hope you enjoyed it. But before we start, I'd like to show you two slides. The first one, probably you already know, because you already know me. My name is Sidney. I'm a PhD professional from Brazil, and I live in the city, Fortaleza. In English means fortress, and here is the world. And if you can imagine, this is Brazil. My city is here. So this is a picture of my city. I swim in the ocean there. On the ocean, it's really nice. I miss there a lot. And I'd like just to show you where I work in Brazil. I work in those three companies. The first one is University, Universidade de Fortaleza, in Portuguese, University of Fortress. It's my university. It's a huge university. It's quite beautiful there. We have a huge campus there. And we have about 25,000 of students. It's really nice. Here is another university. I'm a coordinator. We have a post-graduation program about criminal law there, and I'm a coordinator there. And here's the court of my state. I work with the judge there. And here is our polytechnic. I'm doing an internship here during about 3 months. It's almost in the end, unfortunately, because I have been enjoying a lot this city, this university, everything. So let's start. What goals do we have today? I divide this lecture in two parts. And the first part, we're going to discuss about generalities of intellectual property. Intellectual property. In the first part, we're going to discuss what is intellectual property. What is intellectual property? We're going to discuss what are the types of intellectual property. And we're going to discuss what does intellectual property do. And we're going to discuss where you can find intellectual property and why intellectual property is important to you. So I divide this lecture in two parts. And the first part, we're going to discuss about the generalities of intellectual property. Here, we're going to answer those 5 questions. What is intellectual property? What are the types of intellectual property? What does intellectual property do? Where is intellectual property? And why intellectual property is important to you? At the beginning of this lecture, I told you, intellectual property is the most important subject in the world. And you agree with me in a few minutes, I promise you. The second part, we're going to discuss about some violation cases involving intellectual property. Here, we're going to discuss about McDonald's, Warner Bros., Self-Monkey. This picture was taken by a monkey. A monkey took this picture. It's really nice. Yes, it's really nice, and we're going to discuss about this. In here, I'm going to do a test with you. I'm going to test you. Because here I will explain you the types of intellectual property. In here I will tell the story about the case. I will tell you the case, and you will tell me which kind of intellectual property we are discussing. If you are, for example, a patent, a copyright, or a trademark. So let's start. First one, intellectual property. What is intellectual property? I think everyone knows what is property rights. If I bought this cell phone, if I have this cell phone, I can do whatever I want with this cell phone. I can sell it, I can give it, I can break it, I can do whatever I want with my cell phone. Because property rights give me the right to do whatever I want with this cell phone. Because the property right give me the monopoly under this cell phone. So what is intellectual property? Intellectual property is the part of property rights that protects your ideas. If you have an idea, it's a new idea, it's a useful idea, you might have intellectual property protection. What the point if you have a good idea and someone could use your idea without your permission? To avoid the people steal your idea, we have intellectual property. Some example, if you wrote a book, a dissertation, if you did a computer program, if you create a computer, a recipe, a new drug, if you create, someone is dancing there. So, if you create something, if you wrote your dissertation, your thesis, if you create a movie, if you took a picture, if you have an idea, an idea came out of your mind, you might have the intellectual property protection. So, intellectual property is the part of property rights which protects your idea. There is no possibility you have a business success without intellectual property. There is no possibility, I will show you. So, intellectual property is the part of property rights which protects your idea. If you have an idea, intellectual property gives you the monopoly under your idea. So, if I create this cell phone and I did the patent, we are going to discuss what is this. Intellectual property gives me the right to use with monopoly. Just me can use this cell phone. Just you can use your creation. You can allow another person use your idea, but you can charge this person for this. You can make money for this. Probably you pay every month Netflix, probably you pay every month Spotify, right? Why you are paying? Because that movies, because that music, the creator said, yeah, you can use, but you have to pay me for this. So when you pay the license, when you pay Spotify, when you pay Netflix, you are paying because intellectual property give to the creator of the music or of the movie the right to use with exclusivity. I create a music and I allow it that you play my music in your cell phone. But you have to pay me for this. Because of this, you pay the license to Netflix or to Spotify or another app, for example. So, what are the types of intellectual property? Average in the world, we have 3 types of intellectual property. In India, we have 7 types there. I did a lecture in India, and I have to discuss about this. What the first type of intellectual property? The first type is patent. Patents. When you think about patents, you think about innovation. Everything related to innovative might be protected by patent. Example, a cell phone, a computer, a drug, a projector, a new invention. If you create a new invention, you might patent your invention because you just have patent protection if you register your invention. So if you create another prototype of a computer, for example, you have to patent to have IP protection. So patent is related to innovation too, but patent is related to invention. You invented what? You invented a chair, you invented the projector, you invented the computer, the pen drive. What you invented? So patent is related to invention. To do this IP protection, you have to do the register. You have to register your invention. When we talk about copyright, we are talking about an artist's manifestation. If you wrote a poem, a book, a dissertation, if you took a picture, if you create a movie, all those things is related to copyrights. To have the copyright protection, you don't have to do the register. But I recommend you to do the register of your thing that you create. So here, if you create a dance choreography, if you painted a drawing, if you create a book, a dissertation, test, poem, a movie, you have copyright protection. You have the copyright protection when the idea came out of your mind. The minute of the idea came out of your mind, you have the copyright protection. You don't have to do the register. Patent, you have to register. But copyright, you don't have to. But it's recommendable that you do the register of your copyright. If you think, oh, I did this drawing, it's a really fancy, it's a really nice drawing, so I recommend you that you do the register. Where? I will show you. And finally, we have the trademark. Everything that can identify a company is related to trademark. You are a business student. You have your company, or you will have your company, or you work in a company. Your company has trademark for sure. Because everything that can identify a company is related to trademark. For example, think about McDonald's. What came in your mind? Probably the big yellow M, right? The big yellow M is related to trademark. Probably the slogan, I'm loving it, is related to trademark. Every brand, think about your company that you like. Every brand is related to trademark. Everything that can identify a company is related to trademark. A brand, a color, a sound, even a smell. Have you been to Subway, right? Subway has a peculiar smell. That smell is trademark from Subway. So if you have a company, you have to do the trademark protection. In average in the world, we have those 3 types of intellectual property. patent, copyright, and trademark. Remember, I am going to test you. So, if I tell you a case related to invention, we are discussing about patent. If I tell you a case related to artist manifestation, drawing, poem, tattoo, dance choreography, picture, photos, it's related to copyright. And everything that can identify a company is related to trademark. I will tell you another example later. So, what is IP? IP is a part of property rights, which protects your ideas. What are the types of IP? The types of IP is patent, copyright, and trademarks. What does IP do? IP protects your idea. There is no possibility you have a business success without intellectual property. Here in European Union, you can discuss, you can register your idea in this company called European Union Intellectual Property Office. So if you want to register your invention, you should go to this office, European Union Intellectual Property Office. In your country, probably if you are not in European Union, probably you have another office to do the register, to talk, to discuss about intellectual property. And I'd like to do another example. And this example is indie movie. About 2 weeks ago, I was in India. It was amazing, amazing country. And there, I think you have I think you have heard about Bollywood, right? Yeah. Bollywood is in India every time. It's amazing. Of course, if you are in India, you have to go to the cinema. And I went to the cinema. I watched Badhai Ho. How can I call this? Badhai Ho. Which means congratulations, right? Of course, I couldn't understand anything. Because I can't speak Hindi. And there is no subtitle there. I watched this movie. It was really nice. It was really amazing. I couldn't understand anything, but it was funny. So, I was there. And why am I talking about this? Because most part of Indian movies are made by Indian movies. If I look just to this brand, indie movie, I'm talking about patent, copyright, or trademark. If just this brand, I'm talking about trademarks. But, sorry?
In there, everything is, even patent, copyright, trademark, everything is available for Indian movies.
Everything that can identify a company is trademark. So if we are looking at this indie movies, at this brand, is trademark. But Indian movie, it has a lot of movie. In a movie is an artist manifestation. So movie is movie related to patent, copyright, or trademark. It's copyright. In a movie, you have music, you have a symphony, you have the letters, the writer. This is related. Is this related to patent, copyright, or trademarks? Copyright. So inside one movie, there is thousands of copyright protection. But if I'm talking about this brand, I'm talking about just trademarks. Okay? Nice. Probably you have seen in your life these letters. The letter C, the letter R, and the letters TM. What means? If you see the letter C, it's related to copyright. So if you create a website, for example, a website is related to copyright. You can put this sign in your website, if you want. If you create a drawing, a poem, a thesis, a book, you can put this letter. Because copyright, you don't have to register to have copyright protection. But if you see the letter R or the letters TM, both are related to trademark. If you see the letter R, means that you register your trademark. If you create a brand of your company, for example, and you register, you can put the letter R. The letter R means that the creator are claiming trademark protection and the creator did the register that trademark. But it's common, really common. You see the letters TM. This letter means that the author are claiming trademark protection, but the author didn't register the trademark. So if you have a brand, a slogan, if you have a company, and you register your brand, for example, you can put the letter R. If you have a brand you didn't register, you can put the letter TM. But you cannot put the letter R if you didn't register, because this is a crime, this is a fraud. If I create a brand and I put the letter R there, and I didn't register, this is a crime. Could you understand me? Another example. And this example is by Coca-Cola. Everyone knows what is Coke. Yeah, nice. Coca-Cola, if you access Coca-Cola website, in the bottom of Coca-Cola website, you can see this sentence. This sentence were not written by me. This sentence we can find if you access Coca-Cola website. Actually, if you access every website, you can see at least this letter. Yeah. But why? Because the website has copyright protection. So, on Coca-Cola website, at the bottom, you can see letter C, 2018, the Coca-Cola Company. All rights reserved. It means that website, it has copyright protection. And means that you can find Coca-Cola, letter R. It means that the name, the brand, the color of Coca-Cola was registered. It's a trademark registered. And this feeling in the bottle are trademarks of Coca-Cola. So the slogan, taste this feeling, can identify Coke. So this slogan is related to trademarks. The bottle can identify Coke. So the bottle is related to trademark. And I don't know if you know about this. At the beginning, Coca-Cola was a syrup. Coca-Cola was made to be a syrup, to be a medicine, a remedy. So Coca-Cola contains, and this is the document of the first register of Coca-Cola. And it means that Coca-Cola contains part of cocaine plant. Because of this, some people said that Coca-Cola has cocaine inside it. But we know or we don't know about this. Actually, don't know. Because the recipe of Coca-Cola is a trade secret. Just 2 people in the world know how to make Coca-Cola in Coca-Cola. Okay? So, nice. And where you can find intellectual property? And why intellectual property is important to you? I think you can answer this for me. Where you can find? You can find intellectual property in everywhere. In everywhere. You have intellectual property in this cell phone, in this clothes, in my shoe, in my computer, in this coffee, in this water, in this notebook. Everywhere we have intellectual property. Everywhere. Look at these companies. Can you live without one? Can you live without this company? I think it's quite hard to live without these companies. So, where is intellectual property? It's in everywhere. There is no possibility, I will repeat, there is no possibility to have a business success without intellectual property. So, where you can find intellectual property? Everywhere. Every place. Everywhere. And why intellectual property is important to you? Oh my gosh. Because we are on economics. On economics is a term of economics. It means that we need things to live. And if you have a thing to live, we need clothes, we need food, we need things to live. And if you need things to live, we have intellectual property there. So, now, do you agree with me that intellectual property is the most important subject in the world? No, I don't think so. Oh, okay. At least I tried. Let's go to the second part. Please tell me how many minutes I have. What time we finish here?
I think at 11. Last time teacher said that
Okay.
for the next
So I keep running. I understand what I'm talking because I'm just quite hurried because I'm so late. Okay? Now it's your turn, okay? I will ask you, okay? Yeah. Now is the second part of our lecture. And now I will tell you the case, each case of this. We're going to discuss about McDonald's case, Warner Bros, Monkey Self, Apple vs Samsung, Melania Trump. These cases are infringement case of intellectual property. And I will tell you the story about, and you tell me which kind of judicial battle we are discussing. If you are discussing about a patent, copyright, or trademark, okay? So, first case, we have McDonald's against McCurry. McDonald's sued McCurry. Who is McCurry? McCurry is an Indian restaurant in Malaysia. McCurry serves Indian food in Malaysia. And McCurry's has this name, MC Curry. It means Malaysian chicken curry. So, 2001, and this case was solved in 2009. 2001, McDonald's sued McCurry. Why? Because McDonald's said the prefix MC, just me, just McDonald's can use. Nobody in the world can use the prefix MC. Just me, just McDonald's. So, which kind of IP we are discussing now?
Trademark.
Yes, amazing. This is a trademark battle. Why? Because everything that can identify a company is related to trademarks. And what happened in this case? This case was solved in 2009. And who do you think won? McDonald's or McCurry? No. Look at this. One of McDonald's is crying. And the couple is smiling. Yeah, it's really nice. Who won? McCurry won this case. Why? What's happening here? Malaysian court said that there is no similarity between McCurry and McDonald's. McCurry has the signboard with gray and white letters, and McDonald's has just white letters. And the background of the company, in the McDonald's we have a big yellow M. And here in McCurry we have a smiley chicken giving double thumbs up and smiling to the people. So the court said there is no similarity between the background, between the signboard, there is no similarity. And there is no competitivity between those restaurants. McDonald's serves junky food, like hamburger, french fries, and McCurry serves Indian food. So, there is no competitivity, there is no similarity, and Malaysia court said that McCurry won this battle. And McDonald's has to pay almost 2,500 American dollars to this restaurant. So because of this, they are smiling, they are happy, And here, Honor McDonald's is crying. Let's go another case. This case, amazing. This case is Vito Mill against Warner Bros. Who is Vito Mill? Vito Mill is a tattoo artist. And Vito Mill did this tattoo on Mike Tyson's face. And the same tattoo was used to Warner Bros. What is the problem? Warner Bros. Didn't ask to Vito Mill to use this tattoo. So, Vito Mill sued Warner Bros. Claiming which type of IP protection? Patent, copyright, or trademarks? What kind is the IP that protects artist manifestation? Copyright. So we have a copyright battle. It's a copyright. Why? Because a tattoo is artist manifestation. So every artist manifestation, a drawing, a poem, a book, a movie, a music, every kind of artist manifestation is protected by copyright. So here we have a copyright drawing. And this case was in 2011. What happened here? When Vito Mill sued Warner Bros., Vito Mill asked to the court to stop the release of the movie. Vito Mill said, Warner Bros. Cannot release this movie, Hangover 2. But in this part, he lost. The judge said, no, the movie can be released, it's not a problem. So, Warner Bros. Was trying to change by the computer, using the computer, to change this tattoo. But what happened? Here in 2011, they made the agreement. It was a confidential agreement. We don't know how much money Vito Mill won from Warner Bros. But this case started and over in 2011. Okay? Next one. This is my favorite one. This is really nice. It's really nice. This is Naruto. Who is Naruto? It's this monkey. Against David Slaughter. Who is this David Slaughter? It's this guy, this photographer. So, this monkey sued this photographer. Why? What's happened here? This guy was in Indonesia. And he is a photographer, as I told you. And he left his camera on the jungle floor. And he went out. I will grab my camera here and I will walk around to the forest. When he came back, he grabbed the camera and he realized that there were four photos. Taken by who? Taken by this monkey. Yes. One of these pictures is this. It's a really nice, it's a really fancy picture. This monkey grabbed the camera and took a selfie. It is really nice one. He's smiling. Cheese. So, what happened? David Slaughter discovered the pictures and he made a lot of money with this picture. This monkey didn't like it. Of course. So, this monkey sued David Slaughter, claiming which type of IP protection. We are discussing about patent, copyright, or trademarks. Remember, patents, we are talking about innovation. We are talking about invention. Copyright, we're going to talk about artist manifestation. And trademarks everything that can identify a company. So, this is a copyright.
Sorry.
A picture is a copyright protection, it's artist manifestation. Every day you probably take pictures and it's made some poses, I don't know. It's artist manifestation. And what happened here? This company sued David Slaughter. And this company supposed that the monkey hired them to sue this David Slaughter. And we are discussing about, of course, a copyright battle. Why? Because it's artist manifestation. If you take a great picture, you have the copyright protection. So, PETA as people for the ethical treatment of animals sued David Slaughter, claiming copyright protection. This case was in 2011 and was solved this year.
Oh my.
What happened? First of all, they made the agreement. David Slaughter agreed to pay PETA 25% of the money. And they made the agreement, and this agreement was to judge analyze this agreement. But the judge refused this agreement. The judge said, how is it possible a monkey sued someone? How is it possible a monkey sued someone for copyright? Can even monkey have copyright protection? And the judge said, animals cannot legally hold copyright. Because of this, the judge refused the agreement, and all of the money is of David Slaughter. Of course. Yes, I agree. But it's really nice. This guy is really clever guy. Here we have the Apple battle. Here we have a Apple battle between Apple and Samsung. In this case, actually, there are a lot of different cases between Apple and Samsung. But this one is the most important one. And in 2011, Apple sued Samsung, claiming one kind of IP protection. We are discussing about cell phone. We are discussing about patent, copyright, or trademark. Patent, because when we have a cell phone, we have an innovation, invention. So if you have an invention, we are talking about patent. So in 2011, in San Francisco, US, Apple sued Samsung, claiming patent protection. Apple said that Samsung violated 7 patents from Apple. And because of this, Apple claimed $2 billion American dollars from Samsung. And here, you can realize what the problem. iPhone 3GS is almost the same thing that Galaxy S. If you see this picture, it's almost the same thing. And this is Samsung cell phones before the release of the iPhone. So Samsung usually used to make this kind of phone. And after iPhone, Samsung started to do this kind of cell phone. In the first judgment, the jury said yes, Samsung violated 7 patents from Apple. And Samsung had to pay $1 billion American dollar to Apple. And of course, Samsung appealed. If you are in a court, you can appeal, you can try a new judgment. So Samsung appealed. And in the second judgment, the judge said, yes, Samsung violated the Apple's patent. Samsung has to pay almost $500 40 million American dollars. So Apple claimed 2 billion American dollars. In the first judgment, Apple won 1 billion American dollars. In the second judgment, this value was 540, almost 540 American dollars. Who do you think won? Apple or Samsung? This case was solved this year. Apple, Samsung. Actually, who won was the lawyers. Why? Because Apple realized that Apple has been spending more money with lawyers than investing to create things. So Apple, there's no point. I'm paying the lawyers all this money, and I can pick this money, investing to create something and to make more money. So this year, Apple and Samsung, they made an agreement, and it was a confidential agreement. We don't know how much money Apple won, if Apple wants some money from Samsung. And just to realize, in one judgment of them, there were 80 lawyers. Each lawyer talked about 25 hours. And they used 40 prototypes. So a lot of money was invested here. So because of this, Apple and Samsung, they made agreement. The last case, yes, the last case. Here we have Melania Obama. Oh, Melania Obama. Melania Obama versus Michelle Trump. What happened here? Oh my God, sorry. Here we have Michelle Obama against Melania Trump. Sorry. Here you can see the speech of Michelle Obama in 2008. And here you can see the Melania Trump speech in 2016. At the highlights, you can see the similarities between these speeches. Let's see just one. Values, that you work hard for what you want in life. Values, that you work hard for what you want in life. That your word is your bond, and you do what you say. That your word is your bond, and you do what you say. So we have almost the similar speech in the highlight. What kind of IP protection we are discussing? Copyright. Yes, this is a copyright. So in this case, of course, Michelle Obama didn't sue the Melania Trump. So we don't know what happened, but it's a case of plagiarism. Plagiarism is related to copyright protection. And this year, again, I think Michelle was victim of a plagiarism. Why? Because Michelle had a program called Be Better. And Melania created a new program with the same goals of Michelle's program. And this program is called Be Best. So we have Be Better and we have Be Best. So this is my source and I hope you like it. Thank you.